In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
Hello, welcome to the live stream. Hello, my name is Matt. I'm out of breath. I've been maneuvering quickly through the house, trying to get this live stream started, and we did it. Hell yeah, we friggin' did it. We're here. It's Brittany, bitch, and we are back. Oh, man. Remove the video from the studio. Get my little border up. The Porter border, bing. Oh, now it's official. We are live. Coming at you live. Comment section is flowing. 114 people in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Fun live stream planned. Just planned it. Had all week to plan it. Thought I was going to do something different. Went another way. Was going to do Summer Slam tonight. But there's still one more week in August. So Summer Slam might be next week. Otherwise, is September summer? No. August is summer. So it either happens next week or it doesn't happen. Maybe, I don't know. I gotta quit saying things out loud, because when I put them out there, then people expect that. I've got fun ideas. Let's see if I put them together. Wendy Miller's here. My mother's here. Hi, Mom. Hi, Wendy. Bob Balkovec. Bill Kavanaugh's up in the house. Joe the Sample Guy is here. Travis Robeson. My man, Travis. Travis Robeson. He's got a blue wrench. And is that Mario and Luigi in your avatar? Oh no, it's Jason dressed up as Mario. Jason from the Mash and Drum dressed up as Mario, and then Randy Savage dressed up as Luigi? Probably not. I don't know. Mike Last Whiskey Derg is here. Chip Elect. What's up, Chip? I loved doing Cable Guy. Boom. Joe Dickinson is here. Richard H. Bourbon Retriever. He'll get you any bourbon you want as long as you give him pets. Jennifer H. Let's hope Matt has an assist this week. What are you talking about? An assist? I still don't know. I'm thinking though. McCardry is up in the house. Just the kid to bed. Now what do I drink? McCardry, you drink something. Just drink. Ryan Haley's in the house. Paul Clausen. Dr. Kobe. Great to see you again. Thanks for being here. Sorry. Eric Griffin. What's going on? Chris Hauser's in the houser. Andrew Wanamaker is here. Wanamaker. Why does that sound familiar? Wanamaker. Is that from My Girl? Wanamaker? That might be from My Girl. I don't know. Good movie though. Damn bees. Cheese 1022. Sorry, that was a spoiler. Brett Greenstein is here. Prescription Bourbon, Bob Balkovec, Ja Rule's in the house. Sitting back drinking my favorite rum. Murder. Sorry. Watch my favorite whiskey channel, Ja Rule. I loved your shit. Until the island fiasco. What was that about? What was that concert supposed to be called? Listen, I'm going to get flowing. The brain's going to start working. We're going to get into it. Damn. Fear Festival. Nope. Fire Festival. With a Y. That's right. Man, I'm killing it. Thomas Ray is in the house. Drinking Barrel King Batch 50. Nice, nice, nice. I did an inventory of all my Barrel King stuff. I'm going to start doing some fun stuff with it. So, wonder if I have a 50. I might. Sounds familiar. Sounds like a number that I recognize. Annie Norris? Hey everyone. Hi Bill Hanna. You could do September. Oh, I think that's something that somebody else I might know may be doing. Brand Del Toro is here tuning in. Cheers, cheers right back at you. Wombat Annihilator, CJP Bourbon, Hollywood Marine. I got whiskey shamed last week by Matt since I was drinking Larceny C923. Science Jack Daniels 12-year batch 2. Don't got a batch 1? Come on. V8 outside, just ramble. No, batch 2 is still good. Batch 2 is still good. Firefest, right. Too bad. No, never mind. My Dr. Evil is not as good as my Trump. So, anyway, fun stream tonight. Thank you everybody for being here. Have a 7-pour blind. It's 1924 versus. And I picked out some competitors for 1924 to see how good 1924 actually is. Do I like these ultimate challenges? Yes. Why do you like them so much, Matt? Well, because I get to drink good whiskey. And you get to watch, and it's the best. It's a blast. It's fun. But before we do that, we got some stuff we need to talk about too all night. I'm going to make a note in my book about stuff to talk about. Should have done this earlier too, but you know what? Oop! Don't break that. That's everything. I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. And then I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. That is. Yep. Want to talk about that? I did. Yes. That. Oh, there was also a. Oh, maybe. There's that. Oh, you guys are going to love this stuff. It's so good. Is that just making a note there? There was another thing. It was current events in my life. There was that. Crap. Oh, yeah. Oh, just the juicy stuff. Just the juicy goss. You know what I mean? The juicy goss. I want to talk about that. Oh man, you guys are just gonna go crazy when you hear about all the things. We got a lot to do tonight. We got all this to sip and put in order. We have a blind review to get to. I got to talk about this. Just really, first things first. Don't forget about that. And that's the name of the city I wanted to talk about. Yes. Yes. While my brain is functioning, I just made some notes. Remind me to read my notebook so I don't forget. Let's start this week off with a blind pour from the 1 ounce Wednesday box. Right here. Right there. Looking to pick up. Oh my gosh! I swear. This has to happen. We talked about this last week, and I cannot let this go on anymore. Rebecca. Nope. Wrong email. No, that's the right email. Creek? I'll search for Creek. Maybe it deleted the email on me. Nope, there it is. Whew. Dan. Remember I said that I got an email about the Rebecca Creek 12 year last week, 2 weeks ago, that I almost completed with, and then I didn't. He emailed me again, maybe twice. I have to start responding to things immediately. I'm doing it right now. This is the way things work. Bear with me. I needed to do this. Oh yeah. No, it's not California. That would have been bad. There, did it. Whew. That feels good. Why do I wait? Why do I not just respond immediately? I was watching another video on Old Forester 1924 and I immediately shunned that video to join your 1924 live stream. I love you that much, very much. Eric Griffin, thank you. That video will always be there. It'll always be there. You never know what's going to happen here. Storm rolling in. Power could just go right out. Then what happens? I guess it'll still be there. This will still be there too. What are the 1924 Challenger qualifications, you may ask? I just wanted to do things that were maybe as... Okay, so it was... All of those kind of went into all of that kind of. Because Old Forester 1924 is what? $125 MSRP, $150 usually probably what you see it for if you find it. Stuff around that price range or cheaper, and then around the same age-ish, roughly. And if it is around the same price and around the same, I don't know, around the same price and around the same proof, we added one that's just older because I wanted to see how well it fares because they're still available. You'll see it. These are mostly relatively available pours too. You'll see it. It will all make sense. Well, I don't need to read it right now, Chris. In a little bit. How does 1924 compare to the Old Forester barrel strength? The barrel strength is like breathing bourbon fire, and I haven't had one from like this year, but the ones I do have, they're not my favorite. They're just really hot. They're not really complex. They're just kind of like barrel proof. The 1924 is much oakier, much more drinkable, more complex, it's a more mature, higher quality bourbon. I mean, that's what happens when you go from a 4-year-old product to a 10-year-old product. How about that Dan taking that huge pull? You know what? I looked away from the video when he did that. And then I didn't rewind it. Was it that big of a pull? Was it that big of a drink? Hitting up any of the festivals the next couple of months. That's in my notebook. Yeah, I'll be at the St. Louis Bourbon Festival. St. Louis. I will be there with Barrel King, and it's going to be a fabulous time. That's in October, the beginning of October. Did you ever find out any info on the Baptist Bourbon through Fred? The emails, okay, this is actually, here we go. This is something that I thought about talking about, completely forgot, and then Dr. Kobe brought it up. Apparently that is the same owners as Woodinville, and then they don't have a brand that's like public with the Baptist bourbon stuff. But I saw recently that Woodinville is coming out with some old releases, like 13-year releases from Woodinville, and I would imagine it's the same stuff. So if that happens, if that Woodinville comes out and it's like a 13-year product, I would jump all over that because I imagine it's got to be the same product. And but yeah, no other info than that. But based off of the fact that they're from the Woodinville people, then I would imagine that anything of that age from Woodinville is going to be delicious. You didn't read my notebook, Chris. I know, Dr. Kobe, I'm on top of it. I'm on top of it. And guess what I did? Look at this. I double stickered and labeled the glasses. So you have to watch me do that. You just have to watch me show you that I did that. So, saved like 10 minutes there. Did I pour the glasses? Not yet, but we'll get there. Where the hell is my shit? Every day. Every damn day. I forget. I don't know. Let's do the blind pour. Let's get this party started. Get the old stretch going. Bowled today. Bowled 5 games today. Did I bowl a 231? Yeah. Were there other great games surrounding that 231? No. No. Very inconsistent. Golden Glen. Mark Boyer. Solid. Let's go in for a blind sample. Got one in my hand. Let's try this again, where I show the camera, if I can even find the camera, so maybe you can see what it is, and then I don't know. I don't know if you can read it or not. Sometimes you can. 99.9% of the time you cannot. I'm trying. I'm working on it. I think that's the label, yeah. All right, let's put this down, and I'll put it back in the box. Then I'll close the box. That way there's no funny business at all. All right, it's closed. If you saw what it was, don't put it in chat, because that will ruin the entire thing. It'll ruin it. All right, giving it the old SJ, the old swirl job. I think it's swirling in there. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Based off of this glass, the color is, again, a whiskey tone. Oh, so familiar. Oh, so familiar. Bourbon, I think. Sweet, bready, like a wheated bread. My kids eat this honey wheated bread. It smells a lot like that. Some some confectionery cherry business. Powdered sugar. Remember Farva when he got powdered sugared for the lice? It's powdered sugar. It's delicious. Oh, Farva. Trying to dig deeper with my nose, but unfortunately my nose is, well, actually fortunately, it's not shaped like a shovel. So it's hard to dig. There is some barrel char, there's a dark note in there, and I'm thinking it's barrel char, but I can't tell for sure because it's like a sticky dark note, not molasses. It's like a charred oak extract if you mixed it with something different. All right. Is there a nuttiness there? Is there a tad nuttiness? Possibly. All right, let's go for a sip. Huh. Okay. All right. MGP, maybe? Possibly an MGP. This one's unique because it's riding the rails like a skateboarder down the sides of my tongue. But also the roof of the mouth, the mouthfeel on this, the palate experience is unique, which is enjoyable. At first I thought it was a low proof whiskey upon first sip, but then the flavor kind of builded. The flavor built, builded, it builded. It kind of expanded like a bourbon expanding foam, like it was insulating a new house, and you could afford to do that. So it must be an expensive pour. This one's got me confused. There are aspects of it that make me think that this is something special, and then there are aspects of it that make me feel like it's not. And I don't know how to, it's a mouthfeel thing. Second sip. We're gonna figure this out. Like an oaked cherry cream soda. What is that? I'm gonna stick with like a high rye bourbon. A high rye bourbon. The proof is confusing because it's so soft up front, and then it builds. It builds like a bonfire that you let your cousin Jethro start. Slow at first because it's a match, and then poof, there go your eyebrows. Proof? This is a wild guess. 122 proof. I haven't had any whiskey today. 116 proof. 116 proof. High rye bourbon. MGP possibly. I think it is a very good pour, but I can't quite put my finger on what. Maybe it's lower proof than that. This one's a thinker. I think it's lower proof than that. It's got to be lower proof, and this has got me fizzled and frazzled. Obviously, I have no idea what this is, and this doesn't. It almost tastes like different distilleries. Like, to say 1 second, I get like a Heaven Hill, like a dash of Heaven Hill. The next second, it's MGP, and then there's like almost like an old almost like a Four Roses kind of thing. That it's like the bird's nesty note that I get. That's also there. So it has me very confused. But would I enjoy this pour if I knew what it was? Yes, I think so. Do I think that it is absolutely amazing? No, but I think that it is very good. 7.8, a very good pour. 7.8. Which is on the high side of very good, by the way. What were we drinking? I didn't look at the chat the entire time. No shit. Okay. From Mark Schwartz. This is Lucky 7, the Holiday Toast. I did not pick up on any toasted barrel stuff there. Batch number 115 proof. Lucky 7, the Holiday Toast, batch 4. If that's in a toasted barrel, that does not really... That's one of the better toasted barrel products I've had, if that's what... I'm sure that's what that means. The Holiday Toast. It's got to be a toasted barrel product. Thank you, Mark Schwartz, for that. I enjoyed it. And I don't think that those are very expensive either. Maybe like what, 60 or yeah, $60, which is so expensive. What am I talking about? That there go $60 for a bottle of liquids. Very much money. Very much money. Oh, get your shit together, Matt. Get it together. Jamie Stone, best bourbon channel on YouTube, hands down. Dude, I've got a list of stuff you need to review. I got a list. Here's the order of my list that it's in. Let me have the list. Steve Hilliard. It's a $100 bottle, 5 times better than a $20 Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. Yes, absolutely. Evan Williams Bottled and Bond is not my favorite. But let's see. Can we do this together? Let's see if we can do this together. I want to check something. We've never done this before. But what else do we have to do? I'm typing. Old video. Let's try this. Let's try this together as a family. As a family, we'll try it. And share screen. How does this work? Also share audio, yes. Share.
It's a secret. Don't tell everybody about it. It'll ruin this. It'll ruin our little secret. Well, guess what? The secret is it sucks.
Old school. This is from 2019.
Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. White label just disappeared. They just took it off the shelf, and everybody lost their minds. They lost their minds.
That's true.
They were freaking out. They're like, what cheap ass Bottled and Bond are we gonna tell everybody to buy next? Ew, America. I feel obligated to drink it. Peanuts. Dry caramel.
Breathing so hard.
Actually, it smells pretty good. I hope this isn't good. Everybody always says that the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond is the savior to cheap bottled and bonds. And I'm like, prove it. And then they said buy it, and I bought it, and then I tried it, and I hated it. And I drank that much of it, and I hated it all. And then I saw everybody doing videos on the best whiskeys of 2019. And then I saw people doing videos on...
How far does it go here? What else do we got? Come on, Matt.
Should be sleeping. But no.
Come on.
The first thing that happened was the temperature of this whiskey is way too high. We moved into this new place, and I put most of my whiskeys in this cabinet above the refrigerator. And then I got the stomach flu, and I haven't had any whiskey since then, until now. And I just realized that my whiskey, she's hot. Like, not room temperature.
That's enough of that. Okay. Wow. Hey, Mike. Guess what? My wife and children were sleeping through those months, and I had to whisper. So we can go right back to that. We can go back to it. They were like 5 feet from me. No, that's not true. But I didn't want to wake them up. Back in 2019 was, oh yeah, so she was travel nursing. She was travel nursing when we were all in these little Airbnbs, and I had to whisper. Yeah, there was a lot of it. repping a lot better beard game now? No. My beard was super good back then. Super good. Next on the playlist is Zombie vs. Weller 12. Zombie shite is better. Burp. It wasn't Weller 12. Was it a Weller Special Reserve? It wasn't Weller 12. There's no way. If it was Weller 12, then I'm dumb. I mean, I am dumb, but still. Let's see. Oh yeah. I got this bottle. Oh, well shoot. I have this bourbon haul video coming up. And this isn't a big deal. Here's one bottle I got. This thing, this High West Cask Collection, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys finished in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels, 50% ABV. America, I think is like amazing. I think. I'll taste it one more time, then we'll get into this blind flight, or it's kind of blind, the 1924 versus flight. But I need to taste this before I just go gushing all about it. Need a glass. That one. They've had these for a while at this store, and I got like 25% off of it. They're like, here's 25% off. And I was like, could you do that for all your overpriced shit here as well? Could you give me 25% off your 100,000% markup on everything else? Or no? Yeah, that smells so good. It doesn't say where it's distilled, like if they distilled it or if it's MGP, bottled by High West Distillery, Park City, Utah. Enjoy responsibly. You hold in your hands a true whiskey treat, a dram that is both rare and exceptionally delicious. Each cask collection whiskey by High West is made by carefully blending selected lots of straight whiskey. Carefully blending. Easy. Careful. Put it in there. Don't pull. Like, the whiskey, how does a whiskey come out of a barrel carefully? I don't know. They carefully blend it though. And they use selected lots of straight whiskey, doesn't even say bourbon, and then finishing them in a second use barrel. The outcome is a one-of-a-kind batch that exhibits incredible balance, complexity, and depth of flavor. Whether sipped neat or stirred in a cocktail, this whiskey is a thrilling experience sure to delight any whiskey lover. It's true. It is exhilarating. I just used that word. Huh. I don't know. When I left the store with it, I'm like, why did I buy that? It was an impulse buy. And I think I'm very happy I did. Man, that is good. Yeah. I'm going to go back to that store and buy more. And I don't do that. I never ever go back and buy more stuff if it's like a store pick. I just don't. But this one I'm going to make a trip. I have to be there anyway for other business, picking up different whiskey. But it is so rich and like chocolatey and like red, like purple fruity, and like this is for $55 or whatever I paid for it. One of my happiest whiskey purchases in a long time. It was on a whim, and I like it a lot. Damn, that's good. Good job. Maybe I should tell them it's bad and then ask for additional, further, deeper discounts until they practically give it to me. That would be nice. I got this from my bespoke post thing, and I was thinking of doing a short or maybe a full video on it. Like a short full video. I don't know. It's an old fashioned in An old fashioned in a tea sachet. A sachet of tea. It comes in like a thing that you combine 3/4 ounce cold water and 1.5 ounce spirits, whiskey recommended. Infuse for 3 minutes. Rustle the sachet to deepen the flavor more quickly. Expert move. Infuse longer for more bitterness. Add ice and enjoy. That can't be good though, right? That can't be good. But I will try it. Where was I? Oh yeah. Let's get this poured. 1924. I gotta catch up on chat too. America. 1924 will go in A. Glass A. Nice. It's going in glass A because I need to get a new one ASAP before this one's gone. ASAP. In glass B will do Remus Repeal. This one is 7. This one's number 7. We don't have, isn't there an 8 now? I think there's an 8 now. And normally, Ross and Squibb sends me these, but apparently I'm off the cool kid list. Don't even know how I got on the cool kid list, but B, for Remus Repeal Reserve 7. Also 100 proof. MGP distillate. The oldest in this blend was 9 years old? Oh, okay. Do I expect this to do well? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. All right, let me catch up on chat. By the way, it's going into Class B because Remus. Because George Remus killed his wife with a bullet. A bullet he killed her with. Unfortunate. It was an unfortunate situation, but it's true. Then his name got celebrated on bourbon labels across the world. A murderer. A real murderer. He was mad though. That's why he did it. And that's why he got away with it. Not away with it, but he was the original man to plead insanity. Because he killed his wife with a bullet. But he was insane at the time. True story. If you haven't heard that story, I have an entire story on that. The entire George Remus story. It's a video. And it's like a Gatsby video, I think. The full story of George Remus. Yeah, I like how people love the High West Double Rye finish picks, and High West just said, let's get rid of those. Or let's finish them in Scotch casks. Let's do that. Wrong answer. We asked 100 people what they would like High West Double Rye finished in. And these are the top 6 answers. Scotch casks. You idiot. Steve Harvey would say, you dumb, you idiot. It's true. Nobody wants it finished in a Scotch cask. Except for maybe DC. Maybe Daniel Carter wants them finished in Scotch casks, but he's a crazy boy. Nobody likes startled whiskey, right, Eric? Yeah, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, would love it if you did. Does it really matter if you hit the thumbs up? I don't know. Truthfully, they say it does. Hit it and we'll see. If everyone hits the thumbs up, we'll see if, like, something happens amazingly. I have not. No Barbados rum finished here. What's up, Manuel? Hola, senor, says Manuel. Hola. Spiteful Bum is here. Austin Squiggles, that's right. I think the 9 year is the oldest because it said 2014. Oh, no, shit. No, wrong. Totally wrong. Thank you, Emmanuel. It's not. 6% of this blend was from 2007, which if this was from 2023, 16 years? So the oldest in this blend is 16 years. And then a lot of 9 and 10 year stuff. All right. Here we go. In glass C is Knob Creek 12. America. I almost did Knob Creek 15, but then I remembered that I don't think you can find that anymore. This is all over Colorado. This Knob Creek 12. Glass C. That's more than I bargained for. Glass C. Creek. C. Creek. Glass D. This is 4-gate, 10-year, Indiana Foundation. This is the highest proof of the bunch at 108.8 proof. Batch number 22, America. 4-gate will go in batch or glass D. So 10-year MGP. It's going in glass D because last night I blinded Indiana Foundation 10-year 4-gate and an upcoming Barrel King blend of mine that I think Jared spoiled the beans. Matt, get it together. Spilled the beans already? It's an all 11-year blend. And the proof is roughly the same. And my blend destroyed it. Like, when I poured them side by side, I was worried that I was like, I don't know. Shouldn't I even do this? And then I was like, oh my God. I'm excited for people to try that because it is 11-year MGP and it is amazing. Did I blend it? Yeah. Were the barrels I used to blend it with very good? Yeah. So I didn't have to do a lot of work. It was good already. But yes. That's just me tooting my own horn. People say, be nicer to yourself, Matt. Well, there it is. I just tooted my own horn. Let's do this one. Doesn't really matter, does it, Matt? They're all going to get poured. Glass E will be Henry McKenna Bottled and Bond. America. Is this the cheapest of the bunch? Pretty close. No, I don't know. I guess it depends on where you're at. What are these usually running, like $70 now or $80 in most places? This one was barreled on June 18th, 2013. So it's a relatively new batch. Or it's a single barrel. What am I talking about? They're all single barrels. Glass E, Henry McKenna. That's not going to fit. Glass F is this, an Old Forester 100 proof single barrel from Bear Valley Wine and Spirits in Colorado here. It's over by the Denver area. Yeah, it's 100 proof, same proof as the 1924, same distillery, but it's not the extra aged one. How does it fare against this, America? In F, because it should fall short. It should fall short in this lineup, but we will see. And then finally, in glass, A, B, C, D, G, is Sam Houston 15 year, 103 proof. I still see Calumet 15, Calumet 16, and Sam Houston 15 on shelves all over the place. I'm not sure if that's the case where you're at, but that's how it is here, America. So, price on this is more expensive, isn't it? Shit, I didn't even think about that, I guess. This one's the most expensive bottle. No, well, 4Gate's expensive. This is expensive. The 1924 is expensive, but like around 150, 160 bucks, I think, for this, which is roughly the same as the 1924 if you find one in a store and they're not selling it for MSRP. So that is Sam Houston 15. There, the flight is poured. And it went in G because it has gold. It is full of gold. To the back it goes. All right. Love the Scotch finish double rye. Darth, Steve, come on, don't do it. You've got the Remus Gatsby Reserve 15. Me too. Oh, I love that pour. It's such a good pour. You had a Four Roses barrel pick? Jeremy, send me an email. Email me. ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com. Email me. Very interested. Remus, I mean, I think Remus 5 could pop. I don't remember. I did a blind. I think 3 was really good. 5 was really good. It's been too long since I've tasted it. An assistant would be helpful? Yeah. I agree. But at the same time, did you ever get, I emailed, I just sent the email at the beginning of this live stream. Owen, catching a live. Yes. Thank you, Owen, for being here. G for glug. See, glug. Chattanooga Scotch. Get out of here. Get out of town. This drinking stool is getting squeakier and squeakier. I'm losing weight, by the way, so it should get less squeaky. Should get less squeaky. Where did I put? This is unacceptable. I never have the Julie like Wheel of Confusion far away from me. Hold on. Where did it go? I will find it. I will be right back. After these messages. Where is it? Why is it here? It's weird. All right. Found it. Found it. I lost my fuzzy thing. No. Found it. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. Could I just take these off right now and not know which one is which? Yes. Because I don't. But it's not the way we do it around here. No. I've been gifted 2 wheels, and that's how we're gonna, you gotta use them both. Gotta use them both. I wish this one spun a little better. Ooh. Those are close. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa, getting a little squirrely. Oh yeah, speed record. Speed record on the wheel. Oh. Okay, we're good. We're good. Whew. Random order in here. Then the last thing I have to do is just give these glasses some randomly assigned letters, and then we're good. Perfect. 1, 2, and by letters I mean numbers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That seems like the best way to do things. There's no better way. There's no better way. Great. Looks like a White Dog Bowl Sweet Improv. No, that was sent by Thrasher, and he said to use it, so we used it. The wheel's right there. It's all good. All right. All right, let's get into it. Glass number 1. Oaky and sweet and cherry and vanilla. This is a high quality pour. You can tell because I poured it into the glasses. I didn't pour anything not quality in there. Like you know, like they make the fruit punch that's the red fruit punch, then they make the other fruit punch, which is like the tropical fruit punch. It's like the tropical fruit punch. A Trop fruit punch and assigning it a score. All right. Pretty thin on the palate, nothing to write home about, but still a good quality sipper. I enjoyed that. Talked about St. Louis Bourbon Festival. Beginning of October, I will be there. Beginning of September, doing a Russell's pick. So I'll be in Kentucky for a couple of days, actually just a couple of days, the very beginning of September. I wanted to talk about, had a friggin' neighbor's dog like attack us. I was out in the yard playing volleyball with my daughter, my 8-year-old, because she's starting volleyball, and I was like, yeah, of course I'll help you practice in the backyard. And then like 3 houses down, the neighbor's dog, we did it for a couple of days. This friggin' Rottweiler comes running out of nowhere, and I've got to like grab her and throw her in the house before it gets to us. Friggin' dog was all like scary and shit. So I think it was big. They're scary doggies. I mean, I'm sure he's a good doggy and just wanted the volleyball, but scared the shit out of us. And I just had to tell somebody. Other than the police. Glass B is a funky one. Why does Glass B smells like a funky peanut butter? Almost like, oh, this smells like a whatchamacallit bar. Yeah, it's wafery. Huh. I have no idea what this one is. But it's a very interesting and different nose that I really enjoy. Wafer, like a whatchamacallit candy bar. Do those still exist? Thin as well. The nose was better than the palate. There is a tinge of nuttiness. Half nutty. It's like a half nutty. Half nutty, whatchamacallit. Maholic? Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy. Oh, dude, there was no kick in the dog. There was no. So her back was turned, and I just happened to like see it hauling ass towards us, and I was like, whoa. So I yelled for her to like come to me, which she did, thankfully, instead of freezing. But so we were just standing by the door, so I got her in the door, and then I closed the door, and the dog was at our door. And then it backed up into our yard, and then I opened the door, and I got outside, and I was like, go home. Go home. Then it was like, whoa, and then charged at the door. Then I closed the door, and it was like, whoa. There's no kicking the dog. If there was another option handy, it almost came to, if it would have got us, then yeah, it would have been a very, very bad thing. But we called because I didn't want to go over to their home when I was upset about my child, because I was pretty upset, like not happy at all. Like, it's like one thing don't mess with my children. So I thought better of it, and we just called like the non-emergency line. We're like, yo, neighbor's dog. And then they sent someone to they just drove through the neighborhood. I'm like, no, I need like you to talk to the people because that's not all right. So then I went back to the police station the next day, and I talked to the people there who seemingly were going to file a report. I don't know. But they were going to talk to them, and then they were going to call me. Guess who I never heard from? So that just means that, you gotta be, if they're not going to do anything about it, then the next time won't be as cool at all. And then I'll have to call all of y'all to bail me out of jail for kicking a dog. He kicked a dog. Yeah, so now she won't go in the backyard anymore. So hopefully that goes away. Like she will be not afraid to go in the backyard, but yeah. Now we're driving to the park to practice volleyball. Then we could just do it in our backyard. But she won't because she's scared of the dog. Have I tried Green River Foolproof? I have not tried the actual expression of it, but I just did a pick for a Green River single barrel, which is a foolproof offering with caramels on the channel 2 weeks ago. So that will be available as well. So I've tried some of their barrel strength offerings, and they're really, really damn good. Curtis, just email me, ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com. I will try to respond. I will respond. I will respond. Yeah, it was gone relatively quick. So, but now I know. Now I know. I should have known before. But luckily, I learned, not learning the hard way, but I learned it the easy way by nothing happening. Glass C, or 3, I should say. Glass 3. Jennifer H. Again, assistant could help with emails. I know. I know. You're really making a push for me getting this assistant. Glass 3 is... It's like an oaky, but not in like I don't know how to word it. It's like an oak cream, like if there were an oak frosting, and I mean, it sounds disgusting, I know, but it's like you topped. Like, what's that stuff they put on German chocolate cake? That's coconut, isn't it? It's not coconut. It's almost like a pretzel if pretzels were sweet. It's like a candied pretzel. Yeah. Weird. Interesting, because 2 out of the 3 of these... Well, actually, glass 1 kind of reminds me of glass 3, but glass 2 was way off of profile of anything I thought that these would smell like, and so was glass 3. Glass 3 is sippable and enjoyable, but very mundane, very one note, very everyday sipper kind of qualities. It's just like a sweet burnt sugar. By the way, I had to check up on my teeth, if anybody was wondering. I had that a couple days ago. We're getting close to me getting the permies. They ordered me a new set of bottoms, and then they're fixing like the tilt and stuff. Gonna make my smile shine straight. Gonna match the colors on them because the tops and the bottom are 2 different colors. So gonna make them matching colors. I was asking her about like this girl getting the whitest teeth. I'm like, I want to go like some white teeth, and she was like, people with our complexion. She was a total redhead. She's like, people with our complexion don't really want to go Hollywood white. And I was like, but my middle name's Hollywood, you know. I don't know. I just think that they're going to be anything but white. I want to do it myself. You know, I want to stand those sons of bitches myself. Are the new bottoms power bottoms? They are. They definitely are. Who won? Who won what, Mark? Coconut and walnuts? Huh. That's not what it was then. Super white teeth just look so fake to me. Hollywood Marine. Someone say Hollywood? Yeah. They do. They definitely do. So, probably shouldn't get the ultra whites. All right, glass 4. I was going to cap these too. That's part of my issue, I think. 5, 6, 7. Those will eventually fall off, but whatever. Whiskey and coffee seen teeth are the way. Oh, Giselle's Boston drinking Frey Ranch, which I wish I chose something else. I haven't had anything current from there, but the older stuff, yeah, not totally my jam. You commented about my smile earlier. Oh shoot, what was the comment? That I look like a woodchuck? Mark, who won the 124 challenge? I'm in the middle of doing that right now, but really it is 2024, so that's so old. Oh, the 1924 challenge? The 1924 was released in 2024. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. They'll start ultra white like tidy whities, but we all know what happens. Jeez Louise. That's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah, back to glass 4. Update on the sleep apnea stuff. Told you I did that pulse ox thing where I had to sleep with the thing on my finger that like read my oxygen, and then the lady emailed me and she was like, looks good. And I was like, looks good. Like when I did the sleep study 3 years ago, they told me that I had severe obstructive sleep apnea. Then they just never sent me a CPAP. Anyway, pulse ox looks good, they say. Then I look at it and I'm like, I don't know how to read it, but I definitely know how to read dates and times. And the dates and times on here don't say the dates and times that I used this pulse ox. I used it in like the middle of August, and they said the date on the report was July 31st. And I was like, that is not me. Unless like their pulse ox doesn't keep correct date or time. So I was like, listen, you said it looks okay, but I don't think that that's necessary. Like, it can't be, because I know how I sleep and it's not good. It's very bad. And also the date and time's wrong. Turns out they gave me the wrong report. They gave me somebody else's pulse ox readings. So there's going to be a sleep study, and I am going to get a damn CPAP eventually. And then when I get dragging on the CPAPers, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be full of energy and look out world. When my battery's fully charged, whew, yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm going to go so hard. Slight citrus on glass 4. Oak and citrus. Ooh. Oh yeah. That turned into a caramel highway. A caramel highway. And I took the express lane to happiness. Oh yes. That's so good. Caramel, and then there's like, it's like a caramel highway. And then, you know, on the fog line and on the median, they put those, when your tires hit them, it's like, blah, 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 you know, the whatever they're called. It's like those are made out of butterscotch pieces. So it's like caramel and bzz, bzz, butterscotch, like, you know, just been on the road a while and not really paying attention to what you're doing, hitting the butterscotch pieces along the way. So it's like an oaky caramel butterscotch highway. Okay, glass E, or I should say, let me read them. Let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flexman 101. Cracked the Barrel King batch 91. It's delightful. Even the Bourbon Junkie's done good. Yeah, that is a super cool project, and I'm glad that it worked out. We were there doing that for a day. The thing is, thank you for the super chat, by the way. That's very helpful, and I appreciate it. When you have so many people together, it's really, really hard to come up with like a process, you know? A lot of like, you kind of have to take a back seat is what I normally do. A little bit of input here and there, but as a team, it's hard to really take a direction. But this one turned out really, really well. And we all agreed, like, unanimously what to do. And then the finale, like the final step, putting it in the apple brandy barrels, just really put it over the top. And yeah, 91 turned out really, really good. Yes, Mark, I poured the 1924. I promise. Have I tried a mouth guard before going full CPAPy? No, I have not. Rumble strips, that's what they are. I do know candy. I didn't build this body on not candy. Class 5? Huh. Samuel Rader drinking Old Granddad 114 for the first time. Way better than Benchmark Foolproof. Old Granddad 114 is legit. It's a solid pour. This one, Class 5? Yeah. Is a bit bright. Very bright and, dare I say, almost bitter. I don't want to say sour, but bitter is not much better than sour. It's bright and sharp. It shines bright like a diamond. Yeah, definitely the brightest of the bunch. Kind of thin. Kind of nutty. There's a bit of a nuttiness to it. And then bright. I think that one was my least favorite of the bunch so far. Class 5. Your notes go to obscure caddies, which is excellent. What does that mean? Obscure caddies? Obscure caddies. I don't know what that means. I don't know. What's a caddy? Oh, candies. I think you meant to say candies. Boom. Yeah, see? We both figured it out at the same time. Joey B, late to the live stream, but I wanted to stop and hit the like button. Thank you. Appreciate it. Cheers right back to you. Has anyone in here had the New Riff 8-year bourbon? I ordered one last night from a store that... So I was editing this bourbon hunting video that should be out on Monday, depending on whether or not the sponsor of the video approves the ad read that I did in the middle of it. But I was editing the video, and then I realized as I was editing that I completely looked over a bottle that I didn't even see because I was so focused on something else that I saw that I didn't process that there was a New Riff 8-year bourbon inside this case. And I think that if I would have realized that, I would have bought it. But I didn't until I saw me editing it. And then I went on that store's website and ordered it because it said that it was in stock. New Riff 8, it was okay. Try a sample from Dave V. Oh, really? Just okay? Great up front, but very lacking finish. Fantastic. Shelf for soon. Just bought a bottle of New Riff 8 last night. Found a bottle in my local store, said it was no longer allocated and should be a shelf for soon. Okay. Well, that makes sense then. That makes sense on why it's here. If it's becoming more available. I didn't know that it was a thing. Which I should. Okay, glass 6. What? Cantaloupe. That smells like a damn cantaloupe. Yeah, that smells like an orange freaking cantaloupe. Very melony. Very melon-like. Not a watermelon. The orange melon. It's like a muskmelon cantaloupe mixture. Last week I think I'd mentioned that something smelled like the peel of a melon. This actually smells like the fruit. Like when a cantaloupe starts to get soft, like you cut into it and it's a bit mushy in the middle and you're like, man, I waited a few extra days, too long. Yeah. Like a fermenting cantaloupe. It's a weird note and a weird, interesting nose, but I can't even imagine which one this is. Okay. That note is not on the palate. The palate is super solid. I would say it is traditional bourbon, but then ticked up in these categories. It's like, you know, an equalizer where you can adjust like the frequencies. Like you used to have one of those Pioneer CD players that, you know, had like the dolphins swimming on the screen. And you could change the screen to be, most people kept it on the dolphins swimming. But then it had like a graphic equalizer where you could change, you know, based off of the hertz, like the frequency ranges. It's like this would be traditional bourbon, but spiking in barrel char, burnt, like a burnt sugar in general, barrel char, burnt sugar, and that's about it. It just kind of spikes in those two categories. There is a bit birds, like if your equalizer had a bird's nest feature, it'd be a bit high there too, just a little bit high. What you looking for? Barrel char. All right, so back to, or down to the last one. Yeah, it was, my wife came in the garage and was digging in the freezer. Curtis Wright, sipping on the Bee's Knees 3 tonight. Pretty spectacular compared to many of the honey finished I've had. The Bee's Knees, which one is that a single barrel from someone? Which one's the Bee's Knees? Curtis. Thank you for the super chat also. That's super, super cool of you. I appreciate it. But where's the bee's knees from? So wife, relax, old joke. It is an old joke, but still good. Still gets me every time. A short barrel pick? I've never tried anything from short barrel, but I'm always open to trying new things. Sometimes you say stuff and immediately regret saying them. Oh boy. Oh. I wanted to talk about a podcast that I've been listening to, but it's on YouTube and I think it's on like podcasts as well. But it's called the Super Retro Podcast. They have a YouTube channel. I've just subscribed there. I follow them on Instagram and see shorts there too. But Dustin Tucker, who used to be a distiller, or still is. Shit, he used to be, I know him because he distilled for Peerless. He was an employee at Peerless. And we messaged each other back and forth before about me joking about the particulates particulating on the Peerless bourbon or rye or whatever it was. And I visited there once, did a tour, met him, super cool dude. I'm not sure if he works there anymore, but he does a podcast called the Super Retro Podcast where they talk about everything like 80s, 90s, and really early 2000s. And I freaking love it. It's like talking about all the best music and video games and stuff like that. And anyway, I think if you're into like retro, like late 80s, 90s, and then early 2000s, just stuff in general, check them out, subscribe to them, and say ADHD Whiskey sent you. Because, I don't know, I think it's a super cool thing. They talk about like old sports jerseys and like, it's just everything that we grew up on. It just reminds me of my childhood all the time. Kooky Cats was down 25 pounds since June. Drank tonight like a Viking now. Schlammer, no tolerance. I know how, yeah, that happens. That happens. Oh, Bee's Knees is a short barrel. That makes sense. I see. This is the last one, glass 7. Man, glass 7 smells very good. The funny thing is, I don't know which, like, I thought that 1924 would stick out to me, but I don't know. So glass 7 is another fruit punchy whiskey with an extra dab of oak. I hate overusing the note cherry because it's in so many bourbons, but there's a lot of cherry here. Some pie crust, possibly. Yeah, 7 is a super, super solid pour too. 7's in the running for the best. Damn, that keeps going. Seven is like a really high quality. Like, have you ever gone to a restaurant that makes their own cherry cokes? I think they probably use like grenadine and then cherries in it or something like that. And then it's like you have a normal cherry coke, but then the restaurant that puts like the syrup in it on top, like that's like that. It's like a thicker cherry coke that, yeah, it's compared to a lot of these, it's just a much better version of these. I don't know how to word it otherwise. Oilier is probably the best way. So an oilier experience, more viscous. Damn, that's good. Shoot. Cherry bomb. So there are 1, 2, 3 fighting for the top. Now I'm going to put them in order from my least favorite to favorite here, then I will go from there. Don't screw this up, Matt. And by screw it up, I mean spill everything. There's that. Put this, oh boy. I need 3 hands. Dropping stuff. That's totally my bad. That is my bad. I think that moves there. And then ha. So, hey. Oh, no. All right, there we go. Confusing myself so I don't confuse myself. Makes sense. So there's just 3 that I need to really retaste here. 1, 4, and 7. So 1, 4, 7. The hard work I'm putting in. Hope you appreciate the hard work I'm putting in here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have an order. Actually, I would do... I don't know if I should. Do I really need to? Probably. Okay, glass 2, the one I'm most interested in finding out what it is, isn't even in the top 4. But the number 2, that whatchamacallit note, like it literally smells like a whatchamacallit bar. I need to know what number 2 is. But it's, the nose is the most intriguing thing, but the palate fell really short. So I do have an order after tasting through them once. If I wanted to taste through them over and over again, would the order change? Maybe a little bit, but I like sometimes to go off of first impressions, and that's what we're doing today. Turkey 101 all day. That's right. How do you do it? It's insane. Do what? It's, I mean, if you're talking to me and just tasting through, it's not insane. It's honestly, most of the time, the order comes out like I would not expect. So I'm doing it just like anybody else would do it. You need a bar in front of you or a large table. I have a tiny, like a I have a very cheap plastic 4-drawer Rubbermaid thing that is a mess with a computer on it. I have a table next to me, and then a barrel here. I've got so many surfaces. But yeah, I could probably, in a different environment, use a table in front of me. Possibly. Nancy's here? Oh. Nancy, hey Matt, very off topic, but do you have any of the Joseph Magnus Garden Batch 5 left? Don't know if you saw my earlier note on another episode, but I didn't get to taste the final product that went to Japan. Yes. Yes. Please email me, Nancy, ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com. Email me, and I'll respond. Funny story, the person who sent me that, who sent me the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend batch number 5, I'm trying to think of how this exactly went, but he saw that live stream, I think, where you mentioned that you hadn't tasted it. And then I was like, well, that's insane that you haven't tasted it. Anyway, long story short, not even a long story, but a story short, he wanted me to get in touch with you to get he wants to send you an entire bottle of it because he was the one who purchased the entire batch, so he has bottles of it and he wanted to send you one. So I would love to send you a sample. And if this offer no longer exists, I will send you the rest of my bottle because I want you to have it. I don't need it. I love it. I think it's amazing, but it was a gift to me and I got to taste it. So if he does not have any more bottles or we can't get back in touch, if that doesn't happen, then I will happily send you the 75% full bottle that I have because I would rather you have it because it's a sentimental thing. I understand. Like, I want you to have that. That's super cool for you to have. It's super cool for me to have, but I don't have anyone to share it with other than viewers and, guests once in a while. But it's more important to me that you have that than I have that, if that makes sense. But email me, ADHDwhiskey@gmail.com, please. All right. I won't make Nancy wait on the email answering process, I promise. All right, let's get to the results. And by the results, I mean two things. The results to this flight, and I need to check results for two things. For the flight, and I've been following the PBA tour trials this week. So like a local guy who owns a pro shop in the general vicinity of here was bowling on the PBA tour trials, which is 48 games over 4 days, but he had to also bowl like the pre-qualifying 12 games to like be in the top 10 of that to get into the tour trials. Anyway, Chase Nadeau. And I'm wondering if he made the cut. And I've been following it all week, like really closely, so I don't know, because it was like, he was right on the edge. Top 12 bowlers in this tour trials. They get to bowl all the PBA events this year, like their entry fees are paid for, so they're like a PBA exempt member. Let's see, did he make it? Oh no, it's not even... It's only after 46 games? They're not done? How are they not done? Top 12 make it. He's after 46 games in 11th place. Oh, but he has a nice solid lead over the 12th place. Okay, so it looks like unless things go really sideways, he should make it. That's good. I don't even really know the guy. I've met him twice, but always cheer for the local guy, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get to the results of this. In last place was Glass 5. Where'd I put my notes? I just had them. Oh, here they are. Yeah, I would love it if Whiskey Blender Fraley would come on the show and we could share some pours. That would be a ton of fun. All right, this is the key. So here we go. All right. Glass 5 was in last place. I said it was thin, nutty, and the brightest of the bunch. I did not dislike it, but I thought that it didn't stand up well in this flight. And it is Glass F. That is the Old Forester 100 store pick. Store pick. That makes sense. How do I do it? I don't know. But that leads me to believe that that should have come in last place. It was still like $60 for that bottle, but they're not old. They're just a single barrel, probably what, 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old at the very oldest. Proof down to 100 proof. It's super solid, but doesn't really hold up. In 6th place, Glass 3. Everyday Sipper, I said, sweet and burnt sugar. 6th place, come on. A. No way. No way. There's no way. Are you shitting me with a sideways shovel? Now that it smells so good. Why didn't I revisit this one? I should have revisited all of them. I did not see that coming. Honestly, I thought that, this is dead on, I thought that the 1924 was more of like a Michter's 10 vibe. Tonight, even the finish of that seems a bit bright and a bit sharp and not fully put together. That's so strange to me. I haven't tasted it in a while, but I thought that would be at least top 3. I swear, I thought that would be standing out amongst. So the 2 Old Forester products came in 7th and 6th. That's a friggin' bummer for that. All right, well, it is what it is. How do I do it? I'm so smart. But it's just what I'm tasting tonight. It's just what I'm tasting tonight. All right, 5th place is Glass 2. Glass 2 was half nutty and the whatchamacallit. This one is the one that had the wild nose. The totally crazy nose that was so much different than the rest of them. I have no idea what, like, I don't know what that is, but C. Oh shit, I hid the comment. I hid the comment with the, I had that up for a reason, Matt. C is Knob Creek 12 year? Really? Then half nuttiness makes sense. But I remember I said that the nose was more intriguing than the palate. Now going back to it, I expected this one to do really well also. So I'm not sure how much of a believer you are in a bottle that's low, but there is, so maybe, I don't know, that's a very low amount in that bottle, and it's been that way for quite a while. Could that be the reason? I don't know. But sipping it now, the nuttiness definitely shines through. When I just took that second sip of it, I was expecting it to taste really good knowing that it was a 12-year, but instead it just reconfirmed my opinion on it in the first place. A bit bitter, a bit nutty. What's a bit nutty and bitter? No. Yeah, it's just me being dumb. 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th place was glass 6. It says Great Standard Bourbon. That was one of the equalizer stuff. Burnt sugar and bale char. Yeah, that was in 4th place. And it is D, which is the 4-gate. All right. So 4-gate, Indiana Foundation 10-year came in 4th place. That was the one that I said I blinded my newest Barrel King blend with last night, and was really happy to see the results of that. In this flight, that beat Knob Creek 12, Old Forester 1924, which I'm not sure if that would do every day, and an Old Forester single barrel. In 3rd place was glass number 1. Glass number 1 was the Tropical Fruit Punch. And it just barely edged out the Indiana Foundation. It is E, and E is McKenna, for no reason. All right, Henry McKenna in 3rd place. Henry McKenna always blinds well. It always blinds well. No matter what you put it in a blind, Henry McKenna is like gonna be at the top. I don't know why. It's just like a very just well-rounded, solid profile. But yeah, every blind that I've put McKenna in, it's not something I go to on the, like if I were to, I want a sip of whiskey, what do I drink? I'm never going to pick up McKenna. For some reason, I don't know why. But in a blind flight, always does well. Always does well. That leaves it to the top 2, which is hilarious. Not really hilarious. Remus, Repeal Reserve 7, and Sam Houston 15. Those are the 2 top, I think. Squeak? Yeah. Repeal 7 and Sam Houston 15, the top 2. Wonder if I can tell by smelling. Yeah, I think I can. So 2nd place was glass 7. 1st place was glass 4. Initially, going through the lineup, I gave glass 7 1 point. I gave it a 91, and I gave glass 4 a 90 as I went down the line. But then when I retasted them, glass 4 was what I would consider to be a much better pour. That's why you have to go back to your favorites just to see. But it wasn't that close. I think glass 4 was quite a bit better. Glass 7, I think this has got to be the Remus. B, yeah. The Remus, because the bullet. So that means glass 4, the winner, the Sam Houston 15-year. I don't know if it's just my preference on that profile. It could be, because some people think that the Sam Houston 14 and 15 and the Calumet, I think they had a 14. Anyway, at least the 15 and 16 are over oaked and not great. but for some reason that profile speaks to me. Sam Houston 15 won my Whiskey of the Year in 2021, and then Calumet 16 won my Whiskey of the Year in 2022, or Bourbon of the Year, I think. Yeah, Bourbon of the Year in 2022. I think Coy Hill won Whiskey of the Year. But, I know, Jack Daniels is bourbon. But there's something about that old Barton profile that really speaks to me. And even in a blind flight like this, it stood out at the very end. But I thought for sure that the 1924, which is here, let me smell it next to glass 4. I've never done this. But so the Sam Houston 15, then the Calumet 15 and 16, they're still on shelves around here, and I think I have one backup of the Sam Houston 15, but I should literally just go clear the shelves of the Calumet 15 and 16 because it's some of my favorite bourbon. It is so damn good. I know that there's a 5-year difference here, which is what, makes the Sam Houston 15 that much more deeper, or that much more deeper, that much more complex, and but it's even more well-rounded. It's just crafted better. It's carefully crafted and carefully blended, gently. That's so strange. I thought the 1924 was going to really perform well here. But just like a Tesla Cybertruck and a whistling diesel YouTube video, the frame snapped on Old Forester 1924. And if you understand that reference, then you're applauding me right now because I just friggin' nailed that reference for sure. 2024 is overpriced. The funny thing is, going into this, well, last week I did the Russell's 15 Ultimate Test, and I thought it would perform well. And it did. It came in second place out of all those crazy pours, next to King of Kentucky. King of Kentucky is, in my opinion, the holy grail of bourbon. It's that good. Russell's 15 to come in second with all those other pours really said something. But I thought the Russell's 15 was going to be great. But I just didn't know how it was going to hold up. I kind of felt the same way about 1924. My opinion on 1924 going into this flight was, I had a very high opinion on it. But when you put it in the blind flight with these other things, it just kind of shined a light on what it, where it was lacking. And typically I would say that a blind flight changes a lot by the order in which you taste things. So, but this entire lineup wasn't wonky. The results weren't completely out of the ordinary for me. The single barrel Old Forester coming in last place makes sense. And then just the profiles change. I don't know about the Knob Creek 12. I think that bottle might be suffering from just being old and a low amount of alcohol, or a low amount of whiskey in the bottle. That's the only one that I think that would have benefited from, or in my mind would have benefited from being fuller or a newer bottle, because it does taste a bit bitter and something that tastes like, how shit gets a friggin', it goes bad, you leave your cereal opened, it tasted a bit stale. So that might be I don't know. It's just a low fill level. But the rest of the flight turned out kind of how I thought it might play out. That 1924 just failed. Maybe it's just better by itself. I don't know. Samuel Raider. This channel is legit. I went from Bruzel to Bourbon Junkies to this channel, ADHD Whiskey, and you give some good flavor notes. So does SLB Drinks, and they're from Indiana. This, is that like a diss? Like, they give some good flavor notes, and they're from Indiana. Like, do you have something against Indiana, or is it just a fact? I appreciate you, and I don't necessarily know if it's accurate. I try my hardest. It's difficult to explain exactly what you're tasting. I think that you have to find somebody that has similar memories and like similar experiences as you. If I say a whatchamacallit candy bar and you have no idea what that is, never tasted one, and never heard of it, not a great tasting note for you. It's all based off of things I've tasted in the past, you know? But I appreciate the love. That's super cool. Oh, shit, I'm way back. McKenna is so hit or miss. And this one was the newer one. I did a 10-year blind a while back in a live stream, and I put the older bottle of that in there, which I thought was the better one. So this bottle was the newer bottle, which was, I think, less good. Not as great as the older version, but I've never had a bad McKenna, though, that I can think of. Which one was the cantaloupe? Great question. Damn it. How did I not write that here? It was towards the end, wasn't it? It must have been 4, 5, 6, or 7. No. Because 4, well, it couldn't have been that. Let me try 5. That's not it. 5? That doesn't smell like it. 7? I think it might have been 7. That might have been 7. No. It doesn't seem like it was it didn't seem like it was the last one, was it? 3? I don't know. Going back to them and just smelling them now, I'm not picking up on that. So, well, 7 smells the closest to what I would think that would be. I'm not sure which one that was. I have to go back. Can you shout out my cousin Nelson for his birthday? We're watching you and sipping bourbon. No. Absolutely not. I hope Nelson never gets any shout outs. That's a lie. It's a joke. Thought it'd be funny to say that, but it turns out it's not really funny. It's kind of mean. I hope that Nelson doesn't have a half Nelson, but a completely full Nelson today. And you enjoy your birthday so hard. Whatever that means to you. But responsibly. Happy birthday, Nelson, you son of a bitch. First and only McKenna was terrible? Oh no. While I was keeping track and accidentally deleted my comment. Thanks, Mom. Great job. This evening is going a lot better than last week. On the rails. Totally on the rails. I agree about Chem at 15 and 16. Right, and there's, like, I'm not sure if they're on the shelves. No, I did not. The 1924 has been open for months. It's been open for months. Thrasher clapping. What's up, dude? Tim Evans is here. What's up, Tim? Let's see. We got scrolling down. Whatchamacallit. Not a diss. I'm from Indiana. It was a compliment to you and them. What's your favorite channels? Oh. Yeah, those guys are great. What's this? Oh, it was 6? 6 was the... 6 was the cantaloupe? I mean, yes, 100% I can smell it, but it might be power of suggestion. It's hard to say. Now that I just went back and smelled it, thinking cantaloupe, and yes, but I'm pretty sure I just smelled it a minute ago and didn't get it. But yeah, melon 6. Yeah, like I said, it's impossible for me to. I mean, it makes sense now that I smell it now, but you could have said glass 5, and I probably glass 5 cantaloupe. Good grief, that's a thunderous son of a bitch. The kids will be crying like puppy dogs in a moment. So what bourbon was 6? 6 was D. Shit. We're gonna have to scroll back up. D. I'm trying to find it. That was a 4-gate? The cantaloupe was a 4-gate? Huh. Strange. Because on the notes I put, wait, which number was it? 6. Burnt sugar. I don't even know what that word is. I wrote a word I can't read. Either starts with an R or a B. So that was the 4-gate 10-year. Strange. That thunder was like banging, huh? Mixed Russell's 15 and 13 make a 14. Thunder, I feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Gonna go to Bear Valley to see if they got any Old Forester. Yeah, it's good. It is a good one. It's not, doesn't stand up to these, but it's good. Okay, my 15 and 16 fairly available here in Ohio. Yeah, they're still sitting there. And it's really storming outside. Interesting. Give us your best dad joke. I don't have a great one off the top of my head. I just don't. Went through all the notes I had, and we did that. Interesting. Good job, Matt. Good job, me. That covers that. That was fun. That was a fun flight. What else? Bourbon hunting video coming out at the beginning of the week, I believe. If you're a patron and you're in here, the 4-gate barrel that I selected, still haven't heard if it's when it's being bottled, because it was being finished, in the wine cask. So we'll see. Hopefully that comes soon. The holiday pick should be available anytime now. Should be bottled anytime. The Green River just picked that, so probably a couple months away from that being bottled and available. And then the Russell's pick. I'm going to, in a couple weeks, I'm going to be at Wild Turkey September 4th, I think, for a pick. It's going to be a good time. They're always a good time with Bruce and Ryan. And Dan and Sean are going to be there doing a pick. I think Alec is going to be there, who is the sponsor of this live stream, by the way. If you're still here, Alec Bradley, the sponsor of this live stream, the creators and makers of the best quality cigars that your lips have ever imagined. Thank you, Alec Bradley, for sponsoring this live stream, and I love you for that. So I'm going to see Alec, I think. It's going to be awesome. Got the plane tickets. I'm still trying to find a car to rent. The last 2 times I've gone on a trip and I've had to rent a car, I've rented them from Turo, and one trip I got a Mustang GT. Fun. The next trip I got like some crazy 500 and some horsepower Audi, which wasn't that great because we were in downtown Indianapolis, so it didn't really get to drive it. But this time in Louisville, Turo sucks. They got nothing. There's one vet. There's a Corvette, but it's too expensive to rent. It's like they tell you how much it is per day, and you're like, that's doable. That's all right. And then after like airport fees and delivery fees and all the fees, you're like, no way, that's not happening. So I might rent a Fiat. I might rent a convertible Fiat. It's tiny, but it would be funny. I might rent a funny car. I'm leaning towards it. For the same price, I could rent like a 2022, like, I think it's 2020, I don't know. A relatively new Mercedes like S550 for the same price as the tiny Fiat convertible. So do I want to be fast or funny? I think that the Fiat. I think the Fiat might win. Any thoughts on the Hero Edition Evan Williams? I like it. It's good. It's not gonna blow anyone's socks off, but I think it's a nice step up from the standard batch of 1783, I believe. I'd have to taste them side by side to see if that holds up, but I think it's a better version of that. I enjoy it. I do. Have you tried Turo for renting cars? Damien. I probably mumbled when I said it, but the last 2 cars I rented were from Turo, yeah. Always go for the funny. Get the Mercedes, Matt. They're like the same price, it's funny. I have Hammer shoes and they're fantastic. Really? Hammer Shirt is a bowling ball company, top urethane balls out there. The Purple Hammer, I got one sitting over there. Nothing hits like a hammer. I've had 2 crack on me though, 2 hammer balls crack, and I've only been bowling for less than a year. Russell 16? No idea. That'd be great. Yeah, Hammer's a bowling ball company. Most of my balls are from Hammer or like the Brunswick line, Brunswick family of companies, but all right, I'm gonna get off of here and go shelter the children from the thunderstorm. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Over 220 people in here. I love you, each and every single one of you. Every single one of you. It might vary how much I love you, but even the one I love the least, it's still love. And I'm still giving it to you. So thank you for watching. I freaking, every single time I go live and there's a single person in here, it makes me happy. So it amazes me that anybody watches. And that's the God's honest truth. I am going to hit end stream. See you next Friday for, the thunder's scaring me actually. I was lying. I'm gonna go hide under a blanket. Next Friday, possibly SummerSlam? Yeah, SummerSlam next Friday. And yeah, talk soon. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye, good night. Toodaloo, see you later.